Joe Haley. You're watching The Joe Show Live. I am coming to you from my at-home studio, which is my dining room in beautiful North Hills, Pennsylvania, just outside the city limits of Philadelphia. I'm at home today, all by myself. The president of the Joe Show fan club, who's usually right over there, is back in the office 5 days a week, so I miss her support. However, supporting me today with the product numbers, the product names, and the ASI number is Melissa Newman. She's about, I guess, about 10 miles that way. So if you have any comments or any questions, you can actually use the comment box, put them in there, and if I don't get to them now, after the show's over, we go back and look at it, and we can answer them then. So you might be watching it live, or you might be watching it as it's been archived and it's been recorded. So before we get started, just want to say hopefully you're all doing well, you're staying safe, you're doing all the things you need to do, including washing your hands and wearing your masks when you're out in public. Okay, so today, the theme for today was products for summer and fall promotions, right? So what are we doing over the summertime? What are we doing as we're getting ready to go into the fall season, which means hopefully the return of fall sports. Maybe it's going to mean the return of kids being in classrooms. We don't know what that is, but let's look at some cool ideas. Now, this is a product that I saw way back in Orlando, and I'm just getting to it now, and I really feel bad about that. But anyway, so this is a paint by number craft kit, and you'll see this is the Denver Broncos. They do have a license for the NFL teams. It's paint by numbers. When I was a kid growing up, we always got one for Christmas. Me and my brothers always got one and kept us busy. So it's an activity. Right now, it's an activity that's going to be good for kids if they are stuck inside. You got the air conditioner on, it's a hot day, they're stuck inside, they want something to do. This is something that's going to be really good for them. I'm going to show you everything it comes with. So it comes with a card that you can keep near you to see what the finished product is supposed to look. This is licensed by the NFL teams. However, your clients can have it done with their products, with their company logo, whatever they want. It's just not limited to that. So we're looking at one that's an NFL team, but there's possibilities are endless. So it's got directions on how to, do this paint by number, which is important. You got a reference card if you need to pick it up with all those numbers in there. And then it comes with your supplies that you're going to need, okay? So right here, we have got paints that are numbered, paint by number. We've got 3 different size brushes there. Oops, and we've got, it's an active product. And we've got our tray here. So we can put some paint in there, some water to thin it out to make it easier to put on the canvas. And these are on canvas. This is not cardboard. In the 70s when we got these, they were on a piece of cardboard. This is actually on canvas. You're going to see here's the back of it. And here is the front. Now, I started to do this. It had a sense of nostalgia for me. I was, sitting in my back room, had the TV on, had a glass of wine, and getting back to doing this. And what I realized is, while it's a nostalgic product for me, it's hard for me because I got these old eyes, being able to see. Because you'll see all the small details in there and all those numbers. And you'll see I started up here in this upper corner. And, that was about an hour's work for me because you got to open up the paint, you clean the paintbrush off, clean out your little water tray as well. So what I might do is call on a friend of mine, Bill, and Bill does these quite often. He's a big fan of paint by numbers. He gets one for Christmas every year. You can actually get these with your family. You can send a picture of family members, paint by number, someone can paint that. So he would hopefully finish this for me, and we see what the finished product is. So again, a great product for NFL teams, getting ready for that fall season. Also for your clients that just want to have it with a client logo. Maybe they manufacture tools. What is one of the tools they can put in there? Maybe they manufacture lawnmowers. Whatever the case is, you can have this done. It'd be a great gift to give. All right, let me show you something else. This is an eco-friendly lunch kit. We got a bamboo top here. Okay, so now we got this band that's going to keep it all together. And so it's got 2 separate compartments. So here's our top. Take our lid off. So what do we want to put in there? Cut our sandwiches in half, put our sandwich in there. We can put salad in there, whatever we want. Since it's a bamboo top, that can serve as a cutting board, right? So if you wanted to have cheese and pepperoni and stuff, and maybe some olives, you need to cut it, you've got a cutting service here. The bottom half, this is where we've got our reusable utensils. We open this up, and inside here, we have our second container with a spacer that we can space it out if we don't want our cheese touching our pepperoni, if that's something we're going to do. And we can slide it, since it's removable. We can do it any distance we want. So if we need more room for something here, less room for something there, put our cheese here, put some crackers in there. It all nests together very nicely, and we have this strap. So when I think of this, I think of fall promotions when it's got a very European feel to it as well. Fall promotions or back to work promotions for people who are going back to work. The thing is, though, everyone's going to want something that only they've touched, right? So if you have cafeterias in your work, there might be some limitations of what you can buy. But more people might be packing lunches, or it might be an incentive for employees to pack their lunch, not going out to buy something. So if everyone had one of these, company name and logo on there, they could bring in their own lunch, and they're going to ensure that no one else is touching their food. So great welcome back to work gift. It could be used for schools, for those students going back to work. Okay, when I think of students, I also think of electronics. What are the type of things that they like? Well, let me show you this little case here, right? What is this? Skull candy on the front. It's got a spot for the imprint on top there. And inside you're going to see these are truly Bluetooth wireless earbuds. Okay, so there's no wires whatsoever. It does not come with a wire that you can plug them in. It's just completely wireless. This case not only stores them, but that's what you're going to charge them with. It comes with the charging cable, and we've got some extra ear cushions in there. And pop one out. I would put this in my ear, but I have tiny ears, and I really have a problem with having these stay in my ear. But let's try the left ear. So put this in. All right, so it's in there. So I can listen to my music and turn my music on, and I can advance it just all by pushing the earbud itself. I can advance songs. I can take a call too, so it's pretty cool. Put my other one up here. So it's pretty cool. Compact size. It comes with everything you need. It makes a great incentive for employees. Maybe a thank you gift for working through the pandemic, whether people were sent home to work, whether they were essential workers and had to be on site in their businesses. It's just a nice thank you. Also good for anyone in the music industry, whether that's actually bands, whether it's radio stations, anyone who sells music. This can be something that can be used as an incentive. All right, let's keep talking summer here. So I want to show you this kit, which is really important in this time of year, especially those people who are doing beach vacations. You're sitting on a sandy beach. You're going to need the 4 spray tubes in here. So I'll take these out. So it comes in this case, the zipper case, and that logo is carried out through all of the pens. And so this first one is the stain remover. Check out this. If I can do this right. There we go. So stain remover. You ever been on vacation? You're out to eat and you spill something and you're going to get greasy and it's going to put a stain on your shirt. Well, this is going to help with that. This is going to help remove those stains. So it's always good to have all in one kit here. Okay, so we got our stain remover. The next pen is our spray pen. This is antibacterial hand sanitizer. Very important right now. In fact, if you read today's council promogram, you're going to know that the #1 searched item in 2020 so far has been a hand sanitizer. So again, you're going to see there's that branding carries through to every sprayer. So this is great. Where's my spray? Spray it on my hands, and I'm going to make sure that my hands are nice and sanitized. Okay, so we need that when we're traveling. We need that on the beach. Actually, it smells pretty good. Okay, so this is sunscreen. Again, we've got carries through sunscreen. You need sunscreen when you're out in the sun. I need sunscreen as well. I also need a hat as well. But in a pinch, when you need it, if you don't have it, this is something that's really great to have on your person, in a backpack, in a beach bag. Maybe you left the big bottle up at the house at the hotel, but you need something just to reapply, maybe on your face or on the tips of your ears, which is a spot, my dermatologist says, is a spot that most people, especially men, miss. They don't think to get the tops of their ear, and that's where they get sunburn, and that's where they're getting those basal cells that have to be removed. So sunscreen is important for everyone. And then finally, the last one is insect repellent. So it's insect repellent. If you've ever been in our neck of the woods, which is we're just outside of Philadelphia, so some people vacation down at the New Jersey shore and down at the Jersey shore. If you've got a back breeze, that means you're on the beach, you're facing the water, and this is probably true for everyone. The back breeze is the breeze that comes off of the bay or the inlet. What you get with them is greenhead flies, and they bite and they hurt. So to have some insect repellent on a beach day when you've got that back breeze and you got the flies that are nasty, or if you have a rental property, you're out at night, you're on a deck, it can get a little buggy. So this is great. So great item. This could be used by those real estate agents who handle rental properties when you rent. Could be part of a gift pack. Thank you for renting with us. Those beachfront resorts can use them as well. They can be used by any company or organization, especially if they know that their employees will be going on vacation. All right, the next set of products I want to show you deal with our fall promotions, right? We're going to start thinking about fall. So I've got some spiral bound notebooks here, and I also have a perfect bound journal. So this is our first one. So this one's got a nice cover. It is spiral bound. You'll see that, but the cover kind of wraps all the way around. We've got nice branding opportunity for clients as well. And inside you're going to see the lined paper. Okay, so we know that school, fingers crossed for all those parents who have kids at home, school will be starting again in the fall. So if that's the case, students are going to need notebooks. So it could be a welcome back to school gift for all those students. Same notebook here, it's just a little larger. You can see, the cover wraps, and there is our spiral binding. We've got our lined paper inside, so it's great for those students to take notes and stuff. Freshman orientation, welcome back to school. It can be used by businesses as well. People are working from home. Do they have notepads? Have they run out of notepads? Do they need a new notepad? This is something that could be shipped home to employees so that they can take notes. We all have team meetings, go to meetings, those type of stuff. You need to take notes. And a lot of people on site are using spiral bound. So this is really good for them. So these are more traditional signs that you would see at schools. It's got a nice glossy front here, beautiful imprinting on there, the spiral bound, and of course you have the lined paper just like everyone else. So pretty traditional. Think of that for the start of the school season. Not only can these be given to students, students can actually purchase these in school bookstores, whether it's high school, colleges. High school's got bookstores as well where they sell this type of merchandise. And here's another one. You'll see that the imprinting capabilities are pretty good. Now we know that in some of the areas that schools don't have the funding that they need, right? So what do? Local businesses, and there might be some regulations that allow schools to do something and not do something. So check with those local regulations, and local businesses can actually sponsor things like this. I think that a lot of places, a lot of states, as long as it's not advertising in the purest sense, I might be able to have like a sponsored by and a company logo, but it would be something that would really benefit those students that need things like this. So this is our journal that is perfect bound, and if you know what perfect bound is, that just means that is glued in there. It doesn't have a stitch in there. It doesn't have the spiral in there. I like this. I like this logo on this. I don't know who came up with this. We're the same. My beautiful story. My beautiful story. During this pandemic, as some of us have been working from home for a while, some people have been working at home with children who've had to take classes, all summer or all spring, summer. Hopefully everyone's off. So it's been a new experience, right? And it's probably been an interesting experience. And we don't know where we're going, when we're going to be out of this. Things in our state, Pennsylvania, have opened up. I think most areas, including Philadelphia, are in the green phase. But in Philadelphia, there are some limitations to what they can do being in the green phase. But the whole state was shut down. We slowly came back to not being shut down. So over that time was an opportunity for people to journal about that. What did they experience? What were they going through? Some people have done that. Some people haven't. So there's still an opportunity to gather those thoughts, those stories, and put them in a book like this as best as possible. If you have it from day one, then of course you can date those pages, write your thoughts for the day, what happened for the day. The next day, you put a new date in there. Right now, you can't probably not remember exactly what happened on each day, but you probably have a good idea of what your story was, what your experience was. So I always thought that journals were great for this type of situation. Plus, we can also put in there gratitudes, things that make us happy, and will really go a long way in creating a good feeling. All right, the last group of products I'm going to show on today's Joe Show, I want to show you these are pet and promotional tennis balls. Now, the difference with these tennis balls is the imprinting process on here. These are printed very nicely. The imprint is not going to wear off on these, so there's a lot of great uses for this. You know, that brand, your client's brand, is going to stay there for a while. So what do we got? So first, let's look at this pink one. If you see here, this is American Express. Why would American Express want to give out a pet or promotional tennis ball? They actually sponsor tennis tournaments, right? As does Lacoste. This is my favorite one. I mean, that's just a beautiful logo on there. Look at the alligator. It looks very nice. I mean, it's very clean, very crisp. But this would be something that's sold at a concession stand. And I know the U.S. Open is going to be played this year. They're playing it without fans. But when we're back to normal, there will be fans there if there's an opportunity here. So someone who's sponsoring one of those events, they can use something like this. It can also be used for tennis camps. Now, I don't play tennis. My boys didn't play tennis, but there's tennis camps, I know that. So it could be an incentive for when you register your child, you get a ball that has the camp logo on there. All right, VCA. I had no idea what VCA was. You know what VCA is? Raise your hand. Raise your hand if you know what it is. Put it in the comment section if you know what it is. VCA, these are actually animal hospitals. It's a chain of animal hospitals. So yes, naturally it's something that an animal hospital would use. Why? Because a lot of people like to play catch with their animals, with their dogs. So that leads us to, we've got a variety of different organizations, companies, businesses in the pet industry. And I'm showing it all these different colors. So we've seen like a gray, a purple, a pink. That was a navy. This is black. Paul CBD. I don't know if that's cannabis oil. I don't know. So this is more of a royal blue. So this one is TPS Massage. So if someone's thinking, why would TPS Massage want to use this as a promotional item? Well, if you've got, and like massage and also chiropractors, if you've got a bad back from time to time and it's sore, some of the advice they give you is to take either a lacrosse ball or a tennis ball, you put it in that spot that's aching, you get up against the wall, and then you move that around, and it kind of massages you and kneads your back. So what a great item. When you come in and you have a massage, we're going to send you off with a tennis ball so that if you need to do it in a pinch, you can do it, but if not, hey, make sure you come back and you are going to get another round of massage with us. Fetch the OHS ball. Okay, this one is multicolor, so we've got that gray and black in there. Okay, and still all this branding, all these logos have really bounced off this, really look nice. Nothing is really muttered. And then we've got invisible fence. All right, invisible fence. You get a dog, you don't have a fence, but you want to get an invisible fence. You want your dog to go outside, not have to be on a leash, not have to be tethered to something. You get an invisible fence. What an awesome idea for those types of companies, either the ones that sell the fences, the ones that install it. I don't have a dog, you want to have an invisible fence. I don't know how it really works, but this would be something after you get the installation, you could use that. And then finally, you got a little tiny dog, and they can't get their mouth around the bigger, size, regulation size tennis ball. Got the little mini here, just for those little chihuahuas and other little ones that want to play fetch too, but maybe they feel left out because the ball's too big to fit in their mouth. All right, that's all the time we had today. Thank you so much for tuning in. Remember, if you have any questions, even if you were watching this after it's been archived, you're not watching it live, you can put that question, you can put that comment in the comment section. We go back, we check it for a couple days, for a couple of weeks. We look at it. If you have a question there, we will respond to that question. Until then, it was great to see everyone, and I'll see you next week.